All the choices you made, did you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? All the choices you made, did you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? Again, 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 again.
His co-host, RJ, Periodic Table. So if you guys didn't catch the promo, what we basically do on this show is we've written a story and we'll be narrating it to you guys. And whenever the story reaches a crossroads, you guys get to pick which way it goes. You can decide where the story goes based on what the main character is doing, and the story changes as you pick. So, without further ado, Kinchuk, would you like to introduce today's main character?
Yes, so today's character is Pike. He's a 25-year-old accountant who works himself to the bone, the usual 9 to 5. It's a dreary job and not one he enjoys, but it just pays enough to cover the bills. So he's sticking to it until he finds something better. There's a sense of dread that he usually represses, that he has peaked in life, and he will never be able to get beyond the slave-like existence. So let's see what happens in Pike's life.
Hold on. It seems we run into some technical difficulties. Can you guys not hear us? Hello? Is the audio coming through, guys?
It is for me.
Yeah, sorry about that. We had a bit of a technical issue, but it's sorted now. I assume you guys just heard about Pike from Kinchuk, so we'll just scratch all that and we'll start with the story. Here we go. Well, at least the week is over. Pike mutters to himself as he tosses his satchel into the passenger seat of his car. The promise of the weekends meant little more to him than 2 days of rest before he had to go back to his 9 to 5 job. But at least it was something to look forward to. Pulling out of the parking lot, he comes to an almost immediate halt as he gets stuck in traffic. It was always like this, especially on Fridays. He reaches towards the radio to turn it on, only to realize he hadn't yet found the time or the extra money to repair it. And so he sits in mind-numbing silence with only his own thoughts and the honking of horns to keep him company. Finally getting home, Pike's stomach begins to rumble. He had hoped to stop for some food on the way back, but he just wanted to get out of the traffic and out of the car. As he drives around looking for a parking spot at his apartment complex, he finds that all the good spots are already taken. I mean, he did arrive late after all. Sighing for what seemed like the umpteenth time that day, he parked the car at the far corner of the building and began his trudge towards the apartment. Comforting himself with the fact that at least he'd made it home and he had no work for 2 days, right? As he trudges towards the apartment building, though, Pike notices a small brown box sitting at the edge of the sidewalk, right near where he parked. Looking around, there doesn't seem to be anyone else here. He can't really tell if the box was left there on purpose, or if someone accidentally left it behind. So, Pike has a couple of options here. Options that you guys get to pick. So, A, he can ignore the box and he can head straight on home. B, he can pick up the box and then head back home. Or C, he can open the box and see what's inside it.
Once
You guys get to
again,
pick.
it's A, ignore it and head home, or B, pick it up and keep walking home, or C, open up the box. So the first
You guys get to decide. The first option was from Saksham Thakur.
that is
He
A.
says A. He says ignore the
Ignore
box
the
and
box.
head back home. So
We'll do just that. Pike walks across the sidewalk towards his apartment. He can feel the heat coming off all the cars that got parked nearer to his apartment than we did because of the traffic. Most of the cars here were older cars. A scratch there, a dent there, just like his own. Someday, he muses to himself, he'll be able to afford a better car. Pike starts walking up the stairs to his apartment. When he initially rented this place, the $200 discount for the 4th floor seemed like a good deal. Of course, that was before he found out that the apartment above had kids and that he still had to walk all the way up there because the elevator was on the other side of the building. Someday, he muses to himself, he'll be able to afford a proper apartment. Finally getting to the apartment, Pike opens the door. The air is pretty stale since the management asks for extra if the AC is all on day. He doesn't even have to check the fridge because he knows all it contains is some old ketchup. But hey, today was payday, so he's decided to order some takeout. As he reaches for the phone to place the order, it starts shooting. Now, Pike has two options. Option A, he could either ignore the phone, or option B, he could answer the phone. So,
that's
who do you think called? Like,
So
that's so
if you guys didn't know, the first option is the one we pick. So you guys can pick either A, ignore the phone, B, answer the phone.
what
Up
do
to
you
you.
think? Who do you think is calling him?
Okay, B, Mega Bhaskar
Oh.
was the first quickest on the draw. So
Cool.
okay, it
Pick up the
looks
phone.
like we get to pick up the phone. So Pike raises an eyebrow before picking it up. There is a moment of silence before he hears a heavily distorted voice. Now is the time. The location is 841 South Dirigible Road. Do you copy? Pike pauses for a moment and wonders what this could be about. Unsure of what else to say, he goes, I'm sorry. I think you have the wrong number? The computerized voice replies, No, this is a direct line. The message is clear. Now is the time. The location is 841 Dirigible Road. Again, do you copy? I don't know what you're talking about. Repeating once more, now is the time. The location is 841 Dirigible Road. Out. And then the line immediately goes dead. Pike just stands there for a moment, staring at a dead phone. Snapping out of his daze, he tries to get the last number off of the phone. But it doesn't show having received any call in the last 2 days. But the address that was mentioned is only a couple of blocks from his apartment. So Pike has two options here. He can A, go to the address, or B, he can ignore it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
841 Dirigible Road.
I don't know what's that.
So,
I
yeah.
don't even know Dirigible Road. You guys get to decide, by the way. So he can go to the address, that's A,
Or
or
he can-
ignore it. Mega
Again,
Bhaskar,
Mega
once
Bhaskar.
again, quickest on the draw. Amazing.
Amazing. Oh, I mean, all of the other people are also agreeing with us.
Looks like it's a consensus, except Saksham. Sorry, man.
Sorry, man. Next time.
Yeah.
So, Pike finds himself inside the lobby of a 24-hour mailbox store. At the moment, there appears to be no one here. There's a counter with a number of ads and handwritten papers advertising discounts for various types of mailboxes. There's even a scale for weighing your mail. On the side wall, there's a slot labeled outgoing mail. The floor here is old. It looks like the linoleum floor that was once white, but it is a strange grey-brown at the moment. On all the other walls are various mailboxes, from very tiny ones to ones so big that Pike can climb inside them. He looks around, but he finds there is nothing else to be done here. Pike just heads home back to sleep it off, wondering if this was some sort of joke by his friends or something.
Well, so he just goes back to sleep, I guess. So the next morning, we'll see what happens. Pike's eyes blink open and stare up at the ceiling. It is a boring white, like all of these apartments, but it looks like it hasn't been painted in 10 or more years. Sitting up, he sighs again in a lazy fashion. At least I don't have to go to work today. First though, he decides to head to the store to stock up on some food. Remember, he just had some ketchup packets in his fridge last night. Heading downstairs, Pike notices that the day does not match his mood at all. It is cloudy, cool, and windy outside. In fact, the clouds are getting darker and rolling across the sky as he watches them. He figures that if he doesn't hurry to get supplies and get back, the storm will catch him. So he quickly trots down and jumps into his car. As he heads towards the grocery store, somewhere near the middle of town, Pike hears a loud pop and feels the car slide underneath him. He's got a broken tire. Great. Fortunately, AAA exists, and Pike calls them to help him out. The really nice AAA guy on the phone tells him that it'll take about an hour, but they'll be there. Pike sighs again and leans against the hood. But we'll now have to wait. As he's sitting there, a black 4-door car slams its brakes on next to him in a squeal of tires. The back door opens and you can see a skinny man inside in a dark suit and dark glasses on the far side of the car. He calls out to Pike, "Get in." So, you've got another option. You can A, go for the ride, or B, ask the gentleman if he's here to tow the car.
I mean, he could be here to tow the car, and he just
don't
have a peculiar sense of fashion.
Sure, if it's a 4-door car that just tows other cars, definitely
Yes,
that's what
That's
happens.
what he does. Yeah,
Mm.
premium service. Mega again, the quickest.
Oh my God, Mega, you are absolutely
Fastest
cooking
first.
raw.
So he decides to
Fastest
go
thing
for
on
a
the side.
ride. Pike shrugs and gets into the vehicle. Before he has time to put on his seatbelt, the vehicle starts moving quickly. He's pressed back into his seat with speed. He gets a whiff of the car. It smells new. It looks completely new, like the plastic had just been taken off the seats. Trying to look out the window, Pike notices that the windows are blacked out. As he tries to look towards the windshield, a large panel appears from the front, sliding to obscure his vision. Now that he can't see anything, Pike just sits back, slightly disoriented as the vehicle bounces through the traffic and along the road. He has no idea where they are going or where they are right now. As he tries to collect his thoughts, Pike hears a slight hiss as some gas begins to rise. Almost immediately, he starts to feel awfully sleepy and finds that he's having trouble keeping his eyes open. So, what happens
Okay.
to Pike? Let's see.
Let's see what happens to Pike, right? So, the first thing that Pike notices as he comes to is that he's lying on something hard. The next thing he notices is that his head feels like it's been cracked open with a sledgehammer. Sorry about the headache, but it will go away soon. We had to make sure you didn't know where we are. A deep voice says as Pike tries to sit up while clutching his head. You have questions, I am sure, but I am not here to answer them. You were selected, and I am here to equip you for the mission. Pike groans in response. Fortunately, opening his eyes doesn't worsen the pain, so he manages to take in his surroundings. He was on the floor of the vehicle that he had gotten in, and the door was open, leading out to what seemed to be a huge, bare, stark white warehouse. The color was almost blinding. It looked like the man who was talking was standing just outside the door to the car, observing him as he attempted to sit up. The man is kind of short, bald. He's dressed in black pants and a tight black t-shirt. The tight t-shirt reveals that the man has more than a few well-defined muscles. He has small, dark eyes that are set deep into his head and a dark stubble around his chin. When he smiles, Pike sees that he's missing at least one of his teeth. He smiles and nods as he notices Pike looking at him. Look, I think you have the wrong guy, Pike began, only to be cut off by the man outside. No, we need someone inconspicuous. We have a saying around here, boring is always best. And you fit that bill perfectly, Pike. So, are you ready to get started, or are we going to have a problem? Get what started? It was a lot of information to take in, especially while disoriented. The bald man took a deep breath. I told you, I am not here to answer your questions. But I understand you are confused. Here is the short story. You're here to train as a spy for a specific mission. Now, either we can get started, or you can choose to go home and I'll zap you. So, you can... so that was a pretty intense. So Pike has a couple of options here. He can A, tell him to piss off and he wants to go back home. B, he can go along with the man and see what's happening. Or C, he can demand more answers from the short, angry man.
Well,
You guys get to decide again.
This went 0 to 100 in no time.
I know, right? Just from he was up down here and then
he's like, wow, spy mission? Oh, wait, so...
we already got
Vanilla has
it looks like
chosen
Vanilla
A.
has nice.
Yeah.
Nice to see you here, Vanilla.
He's like, I don't care, I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
Okay. So, Pike looks around the space and makes a decision. He tells the man, no way, this isn't for me. I might have a crappy job, but at least I'm not getting beat up or hunted every day. He shakes his head and continues. My apartment, my job, and my life is crappy, but at least it's safe. I don't know who you are, and I don't want to know. I just want to get back to my life. The man shrugs his shoulder, pulls out a small bottle, and before Pike can react, he presses the button on top, and a fine mist sprays out on his face. Pike reaches to wipe away the mist, but as he does, the warehouse is already starting to get out of focus. He tries to look at his hand, but it's almost as if it's moving on his own. Pike closes one eye to try to focus, but then the other closes as well. Darkness replaces whatever thought Pike was having, and he falls slain.
Right. Okay, so Pike just drops unconscious from there. So let's see where that goes. Pike wakes up and he opens his eyes, immediately regretting doing so. It's blindingly bright outside and he is getting a huge headache. Above him is a clear sky. The beauty of the sky is not something he finds himself able to enjoy thanks to his pounding headache. From the view of the sky, he realizes that he is lying on his back on the ground. Gingerly sitting up, Pike winces as the headache spikes. He can't seem to remember the last time his head hurt this much. Trying to get his bearings, Pike looks around and realizes that he's sitting on the sidewalk outside his crappy apartment. He doesn't really remember how he got here, but he wonders if there's any pizza left over from last night.
Oh.
You guys have reached the end of that story.
And this is where your choices led up to.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess you guys picked the path which led straight to the end. And good job on being so quick with the replies.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting everyone to be so quick on the draw, especially Mega. Just
Yeah, he's like, okay, go.
fastest finger
Fastest finger in the west.
south. We're in the south now.
South
Chennai.
Deutsche.
Chennai, Kerala. Yeah, also thanks everyone for tuning in and listening. That was our show.
Oh,
Kendrick,
let's
if you'd like
see
to
what
take it away.
people have to say. Periodic table. Good. Anti-periodic table.
Yeah, he was clearly the best character here.
Best waifu.
Vanilla, you were the one who absolutely got us to this point.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yes.
Mega, you did a great job pushing the story this way. And I think it was who was the one who answered first?
Kinshuk got a
Okay, I can't scroll that
Oh my
quick.
God.
I'm really bad at scrolling.
Wow. I feel like this would be a reference to future episodes, the periodic table.
The periodic table. You know what? We'll work that.
We'll wait, right? That's
Next
gonna
time.
be in a story next time. For the 21-minute story, where is more? I mean, the story depends on your choices. So
Yeah, the story
could have been
changes
shorter or
depends.
longer.
Yeah. Actually, in actuality, the story could have gone from anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes. So all of it depended on how you guys picked which path you guys took. So
hope you
I have a
like
better background. That's because I don't have a periodic table.
He's in a hotel.
Hey, we can't mention hotel and all. Copyright something. I don't know.
I want to backtrack. Let's play Among Us. Amazing. Thank you, Ishri.
Yeah, actually, very
That was
thank you.
quick indeed. Yeah.
It was. I'm so sorry.
Kinshuk frame kar le. When's the next show?
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. And next time it'll be even better.
Yeah, next time I'm not. We're gonna make the path so that it doesn't end as quickly.
A pizza at
all
home.
of the
B go for pizza. Pizza is love. Pizza is life.
Absolutely.
Waiting for the next
We
episode.
don't.
Thank
We
you.
don't get sued. Mega, we don't get sued for mentioning a hotel. It's just that we're not affiliated with the hotel, so we don't get any money by mentioning.
Yes. It's free real estate. Mega.
Yeah, they get free marketing. I don't want to give them free
Yes.
marketing. They have to pay us first.
Yes. We're open for sponsorship, by the way. Call us.
Hit us up. Okay, Kinshuk, if you'd like to
Oh,
finish
yeah.
the intro, the outro.
So,
We're done here.
to destroy or create, the choice is yours. This has been Tales of Choice. Until we meet next time, maybe in the Arabian Desert, or the Pacific Ocean, or somewhere else. But rest assured, we will meet next time.
Roll the outro.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Somebody let us know when you guys cut.